What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our weekly watch list. This is going to be a little more of an expansive watch list. I have 7 stocks to watch this week for the watch list, so I'm not going to get into too much detail on these stocks. I don't want to make this a 20-minute video. 3 of them are OTC, 4 of them are listed. A lot of the stocks that we have talked about before. And, just kind of want to say over the past probably 3 or 4 weeks, we've had just an awesome watch list coming out. Last week wasn't one of the best watch lists. Not any losers on the, big losers on the watch list, but not as good as the past couple weeks. So I kind of want to make this a, primo watch list so we can make some big time money this week. A lot of the trading I do is off of momentum, taking small pieces of moves, playing particular strategies. So getting a watch list, sometimes it gets a little old towards the middle of the week because things change in the stock market so fast. But these are all stocks that I will be watching very intently early in the week and may just come out with an update towards the middle of the week, maybe a few changes or to see, where we are or how we've done on this watch list. And I will have an announcement, something coming up towards the end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. The first 3 stocks will be OTC stocks. I put one of them on my OTC Saturday video, saved the other 2 for the watch list. Don't want to be overly redundant with some of these, stocks that we're putting out here. The first stock is DSGT. That's DSG Global. This stock, again, closed at 0.285, up 5% on Friday. So that closed at 28.5 cents. This stock has had a terrific run towards the end of the week last week. Hit a high of 31 cents on Friday and hit a high of 30 cents on Thursday. Now, this is a very choppy stock. This thing has strong pullbacks and long grind up, so you got to kind of have thick skin to trade this stock. But I do think eventually towards the end of the week, maybe the end of next week, this stock will hit that 50-cent range that I've been talking about since I've called the stock out at 7 cents and 10 cents. Now we're up at 28.5 cents, and I think this thing will still grind higher. Especially, these guys are pretty good with putting PRs out. I think they will drop a PR this week. Obviously, you can't predict that, but just going off the past, performance and past, PRs that they have put out, I do expect something this week. So DSGT is something that I'm definitely watching this week. Again, I don't know about the entry point here. I did have a slight pullback on the close, 28.5 cents. If it's going to 50 cents, in my opinion, is still a good entry point, but you may be able to get a nice pullback to 26, 27 cents just due to the way this stock trades so choppy. But again, I still like this going forward, and I think we have a continuation for the rest of the week this week, and that is DSGT. Second stock is a stock we talked about a couple months back. This is VYST Corporation, VYST. This stock closed at 0.0746. This was up 44% on Friday. Had a nice run from the middle of the week from the low 4-cent range. So it's up pretty nice. This thing does have a 52-week high of 10 cents. I do expect this thing to test that 10-cent range. If it breaks it, who knows where this thing can go, but this could be breaking 52-week highs this week. The daily chart looks good. This thing is curling back up towards its highs, so I do anticipate a good week. They actually came out with a PR last week. And as we know, this is a company that produces and manufactures and sells air purifiers for, obviously cleaning the air for the election infection. So I do expect, and they came out and saying they were ramping up production because they had great sales on this product. And they're also known for multi-day runs. So I do expect this stock to continue going into next week. The third stock is CTIC Tech. CTYX. This is a stock that closed at 0.0346, up 166% on Friday. This had a huge day on Friday. This was an absolute gem for over the weekend, first green day with the news that they had. And if you did catch that on Friday, congratulations. You're going to have a nice day going into tomorrow. I expect this thing to continue. This company, actually, the National Institute of Health granted the use of their antibody to treat glioblastoma, which is a brain cancer. They also got a licensing agreement with the National Cancer Institute to use this product. So with these reputable establishments using or granting this company CTYX the use of their antibody. I do expect this to continue, so I'm definitely looking for a possible 5-6 cents at the minimum on this stock going into next week. So the three OTC stocks are DSGT, DSG Global, VYST, Vistar Corporation, and CTYX, Kinetics Tech. Now we have 4 listed plays that I'm looking at. First one is a stock we called out about a month and a half ago at $1.60. Called it out again in the watch list 2 weeks ago at $2.60. We are now trading at close to $5. This is NNDM, Nano Dimension. This thing has no new news coming out, but it had a very strong week at the end of last week. I do expect this to continue. A lot of investors and a lot of traders, a lot of YouTubers are putting videos out, well after I put those videos out. That ARK Invest is heavily invested in this stock. It's one of their lowest holdings, but they're still holding well over 250,000 shares of this stock. They didn't dump it on the run, so they expect this thing to go higher. A lot of traders expect this thing to go higher, and that just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I do expect NNDM to push up and continue the run that they've had and have a good week next week. The second one is a stock we talked about back a couple months back in our election infection stocks to watch video. And this is CTI Biopharma. This thing was $1, in fact, under $1 when I brought it up then. This is CTIC. This thing closed on Friday at $3.17. It was up 3% on Friday. This is strictly right now a technical play. I really like how the daily chart is panning out for this thing. So this is a stock I definitely want on my watch list. They're also working on therapeutics and also vaccine for the election infection. Any news will push this stock up high. This thing has a very high increase in volume over the last couple weeks, where this thing ran up from the dollar range all the way up to close to $4. It has pulled back now, and again, this is a technical play. I do like the way the chart's setting up for this. So CTIC is definitely a stock I want on your watch list for this week. Another stock is Emerson Radio Corporation, Emerson Radio Corp. MSN. This stock closed the day on Friday at $1.10. It was up 45% on Friday. I believe it pulled back quite harshly in the after hours, down to close to 90 cents, right under $1 in that range. So this is actually just a sympathy play on wireless. It's like a sympathy wireless charging play for the EV batteries. These guys actually manufacture and sell household products, electronics, and things of that nature. But they do have a wireless charging component for EVs, and this was a sympathy play off of that. I do expect this thing to continue its run, but only if this thing does break that $1. If this thing stays below $1, I think this thing might just, kind of trend sideways, but I want to watch it because this is a very low float stock. Has a lot of shorts in this stock from its, run up. It did pull back. I believe it got to the highs of the 140 area, pulled back to 110 on the close. In fact, I don't even know. This thing may have ran a little bit higher than that, but either way, it's a low float play that has a lot of shorts in this thing. If this thing can break $1 and start to grind its way back up, a lot of those shorts have to come in and cover, and this thing can have a terrific short squeeze and just pop. So MSN is a stock I definitely want on the watch list. The final stock on the watch list is Hertz Global, HTZ. We've never talked about this stock on this channel, but as we all know, everybody who trades stocks knows this stock. They know the company. Anybody who's flown on an airplane and had to do a rental car or has rented a car knows Hertz. This is a stock that was up over $20 before the election infection just damaged its business, and they had to file for a Chapter 11 restructuring, bankruptcy. This thing was closed on Friday at $2.50, up 143%. This thing has a high float of a couple 100 million shares, although it did trade over 1 billion shares on Friday. That's the reason I'm watching this thing. This thing shot up really high on Friday, had to have a strong pullback down to 250. This thing is heavily shorted and heavily watched, especially with over 1 billion shares traded, and it's just a name that everybody knows. A lot of Robinhood traders and penny stock guys, they like jumping on these, and this thing thing's known to run too, so and have multi-day runs. So at $2.50, if this thing can start getting some momentum, those shorts again have to cover. We get a short squeeze. I see this thing possibly popping to $5 or $6 next week if we get any type of momentum in this. So HTZ is definitely a stock we're watching for next week. So that's all I have for you as far as the stocks. I'm just going to go over the ticker symbols and the names real quick, just so you can jot them down and do some of your own research on these stocks. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just doing my homework on these stocks and basically offering it to you. You guys have to make your own decisions on the due diligence that you do on these stocks. See if they're the right fit for your trading style and your portfolio. The three OTC stocks are DSGT, that's DSG Global, VYST, Vistar Corporation, and Kinetics Tech, CTYX. The four listed stocks are Nano Dimensions, NNDM, CTI Biopharma, CTIC, Emerson Radio Corp, MSN, and Hertz Global, HTZ. So now, as we all know, over the past few weeks, we've been just nailing it out of the ballpark with some of these watch lists. Nano Dimensions, this was a stock I had about a month and a half back at $1.60. Had it on a watch list a couple weeks ago at $2.60. This thing hit a high of $6, and I do expect it to test that and go higher. We have had West Water Resources under $2. That thing shot up to over $18.50. Has still pulled back and is in the $6-7 range. We've had CBAC Energy, CBAT. This thing was under $1 when we brought it up to you on this channel, and this thing went up to over $5. DSGT at 10 cents, first at 7 cents, then at 10 cents, and now this thing is trading 4 times higher than we initially called it out, 2.5 times higher when we called it out just a couple weeks back, or 10 days ago or something of that nature. And the list goes on. There's still quite a few. Sunworks under $1. That thing went up to 8, and it's called it out again at $2. This thing went up to 5. Renee Sola, SOL, that thing at about $2 we called that thing out, and this thing shot up to over $4. Like I said, there's a lot of stocks that basically almost every stock that's been on fire over the past 3 weeks before it blew up has been on this watch list. So with all this, again, I don't put a lot of work into editing these videos. We will be working on that in the future, but I do put a lot of time in doing the research on these stocks to present you with plays that will put the most money in your account, and do the best for you guys. So I do a lot of work on that, trying to give you guys the best plays for the week, the best OTC stocks to take a look at and put on your watch list. So as always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. We are almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, please hit that sub button. It does this channel great help, And again, if down the line you don't like what you see, just unsubscribe. Just do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Let's get this thing over 1,000 subscribers this week. And the announcement that I wanted to put out is we will be putting out a private stock group over the next month and a half. I'm just etching out the details, trying to perfect this thing before I do offer it to you guys. We're gonna have daily watch lists. We're going to have educational videos at least once or twice a week on some of the patterns, how to play these patterns, what to look for in these patterns, how to find these stocks, what to look for before these stocks explode. So I'm going to put all that stuff on that private stock group. I think this will be really beneficial to any of you out there. So like I said, I'm just kind of putting the details together, kind of just tightening everything up before I put it out. And just let me know what you guys think about that. And as always, if there's any stocks you want to look at, put them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to take a look at them. I know I've been kind of tied up with doctors and this and that over the past month or so, but hey, you know what? We're going to get to it. We're going to get to everything. And if you got any stocks you want me to look at, put them in the comment section below. And as always, please like, share, subscribe, and let's get that money, traders. Let's have a great week this week.